Hello everybody, welcome back. This is EonShiKeno and Timelord.
Holla!
How you doing?
Pretty good, how you doing?
Good. Then we're going to do a commentary / analysis on one of our 2v2 games. We are a Diamond 2v2 team. We're like, what are we, like 1,000 or something? 1,300 points in Diamond rated 2v2 team?
Yeah, something like that. We're like 100 in wins and 50 losses.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't played too much lately, but we're probably going to maybe play some more 2s. We played most of our games during pre-Reaper patch, and everybody should know what that means. When 2v2 was like all Ling Reaper proxy stuff, you know.
Yeah, non-stop Reaper, fast Reapers, about 20 barracks, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
Good.
So luckily 2s has changed quite a bit. It's a lot more like 1v1 and a lot more doable. But anyway, let's get down to this game here. I'm Zerg player. He's a Protoss player. Our general strategy of this game is to do, we were initially going to do Zergling, Baneling with Stalker push, but this team we're playing against, we just played them the game before this, so they're aware of our strategy. They're assuming we're going to do the same thing, and that's initially what we were going to do, but we changed some things up here a little bit. You want to talk a little bit about your opening, Time Lord?
Yeah, I like to go the simple 12 gateway, and whenever that's done, throw you on your cybernetics core, and then throw out a couple more gateways whenever you get your stalker and warp gates going in. Slowly go to 4 gate. That's about what I'm doing for the stalker build.
And you remember over there on Shifty's base at that pylon, we had both of our workers attacking that pylon because we almost killed it last time we played these guys. And
yeah, last time we played him, we got him down to the red, and this time we did the same thing, but he learned and took about 3 probes to
and he crushed
kill our
it.
probes.
He
and
countered
stuff.
our one drone, 1 probe harass. And you're chrono boosting some warp gates out, and I'm just going for a... See that? He scouts me. He sees the Baneling nest, and right now in Skype we're talking. I'm like, should I cancel that and make roaches? And you're like, I don't know. What'd you say?
I was like, yeah, go for it. If you think you want to, do it.
Yeah.
And then he does.
Yeah, then I canceled the Baneling nest, make roaches, which turned out to be a pretty smart move considering my opponent, the Zerg player, was going for roaches also, and I'm not too far behind his roach warren, so... pretty much, we pretty got a standard between both of us, while their Protoss player is going for some Zealots instead of just pure Stalker, which is what you're going for. And you're just picking off that one little scout probe in his base.
Yeah, throwing in Zealots in this matchup is, I think, kind of a waste. Because Stalkers just do so much damage in 2s when you have another person to take, hits like Lings or Roaches. Because Roaches have shorter range than Stalkers, obviously, so they're going to be targeted first.
Yeah, they make a really good combination. The only problem is whenever you do like a Roach Stalker play, you really have to worry about an opponent who goes like mass Zerglings, because they can just completely surround everything, and then of course the Zealots would be pretty bad, and of course Stalkers and Lings, I think in mass, would beat Roaches and Stalkers in a straight up fight. Depending, of course, on how many roaches. Once you get like a critical number of roaches and stalkers, it does sway, but early game, it does favor those Zerglings.
Yep.
And I'm throwing down my second hatchery. I got plenty of money. I just been pretty much spinning straight on metabolic. Actually, I did get metabolic boost because I was planning on switching into Zerglings anyway. And now I'm just producing a bunch of roaches, getting down a second hatchery. Just going to do some really strong. We're just basically going to go for like a really strong 1 base push.
Yep, I got my 4 gates up, and right when my warp gates get done, and then that's when we're our good push timing.
Yeah, you've got about 7 stalkers, and you have that 1 probe, so you can put a proxy pylon. Definitely important if you want to apply pressure this early. And at the same time, we got that Overlord scouting us, so they are aware of at least your units coming by, and then mine are catching up. My roaches are catching up my few Zerglings I have. And here's kind of the decision point we were thinking about, is we saw Shifty in his base, and I was just trying to bait him to force field himself in. I was trying to fake a run up, trying to force field himself in, but he never bought. He's really smart. He just pulled back, and we kind of got that fight going on right now.
Yeah, I saw him going roaches here, and he was just running away, so I was doing as much damage as I could. And I thought Eon was going to be coming up behind me, but he didn't, so I kind of should have backed off a lot earlier there. Yeah,
definitely the most important thing in 2s is have your team together, because you picked off so many roaches whenever he was falling back. You probably picked up like what, 3 or 4 roaches before you got to the top of his ramp.
Yeah, he just kept running away, and I just kept picking off some roaches. And right now, he's just fighting 1 versus 2, which is horrible for him.
Yeah.
Even doing this, he should be waiting for his partner to come, but
yeah,
his partner's just chilling in his base.
Yeah, I don't know whether there's partner with AFK or something, but definitely, or whether they're transferring resources or something or not. But definitely, you don't want to fight 2v1. Just run your army away, and one of them actually does leave right there. But if you're trapped in your base like this, just run away and just run to your opponent, because just losing 1 army versus 2 is so really bad. You just don't want to do that. He's even has some more roaches coming out. And I think at this point, Shifty is just going to try and maybe beat us with some tech units here, some immortals, but I really don't think he's got the army to deal with it.
Yeah, it was kind of strange that he didn't come help his partner, and now his partner dead, has no money left. And he really can't. He wasted so many roaches and so much minerals that he didn't get when he left.
Yeah. I think there's so much, if you can apply so much pressure in early game in 2v2, you can really dominate the map and just get, and as soon as you have map control, you can throw up hatcheries and expansions. Really safe, and you can just transition into tech units with a lot of weaker units in front of them.
And at this point, when somebody leaves, you don't want to think it's an easy win either. So you want to really, like, Eon, he's expanding, even though the other dude left. You still want to play your game pretty good, because you never know what's going to happen.
There have been many games where maybe one of us got killed and it was like 2v1 and we still managed to win because the player maybe makes mistakes that they think they can afford to make or something like that. But we're just taking out this hatchery, playing it safe, just building up a huge army. And I'm just amassing straight Zerglings at this point because I saw his army composition. It's got a lot of immortals in it and a lot of stalkers. And I'm just trying to get a super number of Zerglings because I don't think roaches are going to be too effective at this point. And, of course, I got a bunch of money.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be pushing here, and he has about a 90-foot army versus our 58 and 56-foot army, so we'll see what happens here. Yeah, it's pretty comparable, actually, considering he's got those really nice tech units. But he does run up the ramp here, and force fields in behind him, which is a pretty smart move. And he's going to be able to pick off all of my reinforcements. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, he's going to be able to force field that ramp for 1,000,000 years. I just want to send my Zerglings to his base and kill all of his economy. And he's going to be able to... This is a problem here. He sends all his sentries right to the force field, and then he loses all his sentries to my stalkers. He wouldn't pay attention. Yeah, he must have misclicked or something. And actually, I remember you told me to move that Overlord a little bit further so you could have better vision to pick up those sentries and get that vision. But at the same time, he did build a whole bunch of sentries back at his base, force field his own ramp, so he did save his ass back at his base from did the Zergling run by. So after like the third or fourth force field, I decided to fall back. Okay, my Zerglings were wasted, but you've got so many stalkers at this point, and you're just picking off all of his units. I did lose basically everything. I managed to save a lot of the drones, transferring them to my expo, using that mineral trick, just walk through all their units. And at this point, it's kind of just clean up. You got more than enough stalkers. Yep, at this point, we know it's a GG. We killed all of his army. I didn't lose any of my probes or anything. And I just see Eon just owning him up in his main, so it's a surefire deal because... Surefire win because I didn't lose barely any stalkers at all, and he lost his entire army. Yeah, the kind of combination we go for here with like Zergling and Stalker is just that, you know, I can afford to lose my Zerglings, but Timelord, really, you just have to keep all your Stalkers alive so you can get like a critical number so that when you eventually do tech the Blink Stalker, you can basically take any type of army. And that is the game. Let's see, what else? I mean, there was probably, whenever he did attack us, there may have been one point where he actually maybe could have beat us. We would have had to make some pretty bad mistakes to lose that, I think. But it was a possibility, at least, I think. Yeah, definitely. He could have actually hurt you big time, so he could have at least dragged it on a lot. He could have killed all your stuff and just actually used his force fields well without losing all of his sentries. And he definitely could have killed your lair and all your main before... he would have been trapped inside your base, but still, he would have had a good army at his main, too. Yeah, I think the key to that attack was, for us at least, because we were grouped up in the middle. We were already together. If, for some reason, I would have had all my Zerglings inside my base, and he would have ran up, force fielded himself in, he could have just destroyed my Zerglings that were inside my base, trapped you off,
And, of course, then at that point, you would have had to counterattack into his base, but he could have definitely killed all of my Zerglings easily with that army he had, and did some real damage. Then it might have been a base race between you and him, but pretty close game there in the beginning, I think. I think that tech switch from Banelings into Roaches, I think, really helped.
Yeah, it really hurt, because Roaches versus, or Banelings versus Roaches are obviously not very good. So you going Roaches versus the other Zerg and him going Roaches, it really helped.
Yeah, it really evened it up, because Banelings are okay, but not versus Roaches, and especially not versus that Protoss player who had so many sentries, and I think it would have really crushed us. So it was a pretty fun 2v2. We'll probably cast some more 2v2s if we get any more good games. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you like this, and subscribe, whatnot. You got anything to say, Time Lord?
Have fun.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something funny like, time's a waste, and...
No, I'm not that funny.
Alright, later.